So in this video, we're just going to I just like to use one more example. I just like to use one more example to tie up some of the materials that we've been learning regarding types and kind. So I'm just going to reuse that example from last video. And last video, I had this example where I had data. I created a new type, uh, and this new type I had a type constructor vary, which took in which had these three type variables t, k, and p, and my value constructor Barry in this case had two fields. It had two fields. It had yaba, it had yaba, and the second field was daba, and and so let's just get that completed just so that we have this exactly the same type definition from last class, or in this case last video actually. And what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to make a slight modification to this type definition here. So the new type definition is going to be data Barry, and I'm still going to keep my three type variables as tkp. I'm still going to have t, k, and p, and my value constructor in this case is going to be still going to be Barry, that has two components. The first component is yaba, but now yaba in this case, let's just for the sake of it, let's just keep this also having p, the type variable p associated with it, and then I'm going to have daba. And for daba, let's just make it slightly interesting, but I'm going to have now k, p, and t. K, p, and t. Okay. Last video, we were easily able to deduce the kind for t, the kind for k, and the kind for p. And we're going to continue that journey again in this video to deduce the kind for t, for k, and for p, given this new type definition, this entire new type definition. Okay, so what are some of the things that I easily know, or I can easily, some of the things that is easily deducible from this type definition? So given this type definition one, what I know is that yaba, the, that yaba has a type signature. It has a type signature that it takes in some value of type vary, t, k, p, and it gives you back some value of type p. Okay, and finally daba in this case is some. It has a type signature where it takes in some value. It takes in some value of type vary, t, k, p, and it gives you back as an output some value of type k, p, t. Okay, and again, just for sake of completeness, I can also say that my type constructor vary, this vary over here, is something that takes in a value of type p followed by some value of type k, p, t, and gives you back some value as an output of type vary, t, k, p. And again, from a basic knowledge of Haskell's type system, because this everything over here is in my type signatures. Okay, these are all my type signatures. I know that the kind that, or in other words, these all must be a concrete type. All of these must be a concrete type, and the kind associated with these concrete type is represented by a star. Okay, so all of these has a concrete type. Okay, so that's my concrete type. I'm just using knowledge that I'm already familiar with, already that I know, and I'm just putting that in place here. Okay, so what I know at this point is that the kind for p in this case is a star. Okay, and the kind for this kpt must be a star as well. So let's just put things just put let's just do this. The kind for p, is going to be a star. Okay, that's already deducible right from my type signature. Okay, the kind for let's say for kpt, if I look at in this case k, p, and t, what at least what I know is I can safely assume that the kind for t must be a star as well. Okay, and the kind for k is it takes in some star followed by some star and gives you back as an output another concrete type. Okay, so let's just confirm this in Haskell that we have this correctly done. So just coming to Haskell here, and let's just change it slightly from our early definition. So it's still TKP, and Java is P and Java is KPT. This is KPT, and let's just do a kind on Barry. And when I do a kind on Barry, what I see is that the kind in this case for T is a star. Okay, the kind for K, the K in this case is basically uh, K in this case is acting as a type constructor that takes in two concrete types, giving you back another concrete type. And then finally, what I have is my P is also acting as a concrete type, giving you back as an output a concrete type. So when these three things, when these uh, three uh, parameters are passed into my type constructor Barry, I get back as an output another concrete type, which is here represented in this case by a star.